Hello everybody. Today we're going to look at what these shapes all have in common. These are all quadrilaterals. They have four sides, four angles, and are closed shapes, which means they're polygons. They don't have any curved lines. They don't have any gaps or openings in them. They have two lines connecting at all times. So what are the characteristics of quadrilaterals? One is that they are closed. That's what I just talked about. There's no gaps and open spaces. The next is that they are four-sided. If you look at the word quad, you might think about the word a quad like a motor vehicle that has four wheels, right? A quad means four. There's also four angles in each of these shapes. So can we name these quadrilaterals? Some of them you might recognize. So you've been learning since you were a little kid, like maybe the rectangle and the square. But what about these ones? Do we know the names of these quadrilaterals? Well, if you don't yet, let me walk you through each one, and then I think when we come back, you'll have a better idea about what each of these shapes or these quadrilaterals are. So let's talk about this purple one. This purple one is called a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel and equal in length. Now that's a lot of words. Let me break this down. So we have pairs of opposite sides. So here's a side which its opposite side is this. So this one and this one are a pair. And this one, the horizontal ones, are a pair. And these have opposite sides that are equal in length. So that means this one and this one are the same length, and this one are the same length. And now parallel means that these lines are never going to touch each other. They're like train tracks. They stay the same distance away from each other, and they will never cross. So this one and this one are parallel sides, and this one are parallel sides. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel, and they are equal in length. Let's look at a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram. Let's check. Are these sides opposite each other, equal in length? Yes. Are these sides equal in length, opposite each other? Yes. And are they parallel? Will they ever cross? Do they look like train tracks? Yes. Well, what makes this parallelogram a special parallelogram is that it has four right angles. So it's got that 90-degree angle at every single corner. So a rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. A rhombus. Now, I often have third graders say to me, a rhombus is a slanted square. But what that really means is it's a parallelogram where all sides are the same length. So it's just like a square, but the angles are different. The rhombus can have 90-degree angles, but does not have to. As long as it's a rhombus, it just needs to have sides with the same length. A square is a special rhombus. It has opposite sides that are equal in length, and it has 90-degree angles. So the difference between a rhombus and a square is a rhombus doesn't have to have right angles, but a square does have right angles. A rhombus or a square is considered a rhombus. A trapezoid is a very different type of parallelogram. Of quadrilateral. That is because it is not considered a parallelogram. A parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides. A trapezoid only has one pair of parallel sides. Can you see which pair of sides is parallel? Which ones look like the train tracks? It's going to be these horizontal ones, because if you took these vertical ones on the sides over here, do you see how they slant inward? Eventually they would cross if you extended it out. So a trapezoid only has one pair of parallel sides. So let's look at the relationship between quadrilaterals. These are all parallelograms. They all have two sets of parallel sides. A rectangle has opposite sides that are equal and right angles. A rhombus has all sides equal and does not have to have right angles, and a square has all sides equal and has right angles. Let's see if the trapezoid fits in with these classifications of quadrilaterals. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides. Is this shape here a trapezoid? No, this is not. This is a rhombus and has four equal sides and two sets of parallel lines. So a rhombus has all sides equal. Let's look at this one. Is this shape a trapezoid? Remember, a trapezoid only has one pair of parallel lines. How many sets of parallel lines do you see? I see two. The horizontal ones are parallel and the vertical ones are parallel. So this one is not a trapezoid. Do you notice anything about the angles of this shape? They're 90 degrees. They're right angles. So a parallelogram with opposite sides equal in length and has 90-degree right angles is a rectangle. Two sets of equal sides, two sets of parallel lines, and four right angles. Does the trapezoid fit in this quadrilateral? So let's see. Trapezoid only has one pair of parallel lines. Does this have one pair of parallel lines or two pairs? This has two pairs. The vertical lines will never touch, and the horizontal lines will never touch. So this shape is called a square. You know this one. It has four equal sides, two sets of parallel lines, and four right angles. If this did not have right angles, what shape would it be? It would be a rhombus. Good job, guys. Let's look at this one. This shape here has two sets of parallel lines, the top and the bottom, left and the right. And the opposite sides are equal in length, so that makes this shape a parallelogram. Two equal sides and one set of parallel lines. Let's classify these quadrilaterals. So let's see. Can you find where this shape goes? It's a square, right? But also it's a parallelogram because it has two sets of opposite sides parallel. Is it a quadrilateral too? Does it have four sides? It is. And is it a rectangle? Because it has opposite sides parallel and equal in length and four 9-degree angles. It is. Oh my goodness, the square is all of these things. Do you know what also a square is? It's also a rhombus. A rhombus has opposite sides equal in length and actually all sides equal in length. So a square is also a rhombus. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this rectangle. Well, we know it's a rectangle. Does it have four sides? Yeah, it's a quadrilateral. Does it have two sets of parallel lines? Yes. Now a square has all sides equal in length. Is that all sides equal in length? No. Same with a rhombus. Has to have all sides equal in length, so that does not belong there. Let's check out this shape. Does it have four sides? One, two, three, four. It sure does. It's a quadrilateral. This shape, is it a parallelogram? Does it have two sets of parallel lines? No, it only has one set of parallel lines, which makes this shape a trapezoid. Let's look here. This is a rhombus, or you might say, oh, this is a rhombus. It has four sides equal. Is it a square though? What do you notice about the angles? Are the angles right angles? No. Does it have four sides? Yeah, it's a quadrilateral. Is it a parallelogram? Does it have two sets of opposite parallel sides? Sure does. Let's look at this. This shape is called a parallelogram. So we know it's a quadrilateral because it has four sides and has two sets of parallel lines. Is it a trapezoid? No, because it's a parallelogram. These are always going to be separate. A rectangle has 90-degree angles. That doesn't have 90-degree angles. A square has all sides equal and 90-degree angles. That doesn't have that. And a rhombus has all four sides equal. So that does not have that. So third graders, you have classified quadrilaterals. Today I want us to just watch this quick song together. It'll help us remember quadrilaterals.
Whoa, adapted mind math! Come explore the site with me. I'm in first.
sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have one set at a time. A rectangle has four right angles. A rhombus has four sides that are equal. Squares have four equal sides and four right angles. Quadrilaterals have four sides and four angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares and rectangles. And if you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees. Parallelograms have two sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have one set at a time. A rectangle has four right angles. A rhombus has four sides that are equal. Squares have four equal sides and four right angles. Quadrilaterals have four sides and four angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares and rectangles. And if you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees. So third graders, I hope that you can use that to help you remember the classifications of quadrilaterals. Today, there will not be a workbook page, but there will be a assignment waiting for you on quadrilaterals on Brain Pop Junior. So watch the video and take the quiz. And as a bonus, you can go ahead and fill out this quadrilateral robot. I'll put the PDF on our blogs. It's just going to help you remember the different types of quadrilaterals. So have fun today. Check out Brain Pop, color your robot, and only start to begin to understand the classification of quadrilaterals. This is a very big topic, so we're just skimming the surface today. Good luck, boys and girls.